Yo, what's up? Today, I have a really fun manga that I want to go through, and this one is called The Zombies of the 13th by Tanima Yumeji, a shoujo horror mangaka who put out this original book in 1990. This is the 2017 reprint of that book. So, just to give some information about Tanima Yumeji, this is my very first read from her. Because she was born in 1943 and passed away in 2012, but she debuted as a mangaka in her third year of junior high. So when she was 15 years old, she made her debut as a mangaka, which is insane. And during the Kashihon era, she did a lot of works in that, I believe over 50 works, but it was under different pen names. But for her pen name of Tanima Yumeji, she branched out into shoujo horror. And if I showcase just a little flip through of what it looks like, you can tell it very much fits to that title of shoujo and horror. So she has done many works of shoujo horror, and they are decent. Like, they're not too rare. You can find some of them. Some of them are a bit rarer, but this one, for example, is a reprint, so it wasn't too hard to get. It wasn't too expensive either. So I read this very recently, and it was an amazing read, super fun. I highly recommend Tanima Yumeji. So I just wanted to go through all of the book. It will be full spoilers. I will have, I will be going through each of the stories one by one, and talking about my thoughts on it, etc. So if you don't want to know the contents of it, probably mute or something. If you want to just see the art, then yeah, just go for the mute button. But I will be flicking through the whole book because the manga, the art is amazing. It's so good, fits so well for the shoujo horror genre. So we'll start off with the first story here. This is the titular story, Zombies of the 13th. And what we start off with a very gory, violent scene of just this zombie devouring someone. So the art alone is so nice. It's so good. Debuting at 15, that is crazy. But yeah, we start off with like a standard sort of shoujo romance thing where a girl and the guy, they're like talking together, confessing their love, that sort of thing, the usual. And the girl goes to her friend's house over here. Her name's Yoko, and she starts talking about like spells and things. Her father is apparently the specialist on like some magic, some weird spells, and they talk about it with respect to romance. But what happens is that you get this horrific scene where the dad, his head just comes through the window. So it's a very traumatic scene for Yoko, of course. Got scenes that go back to school, but we see her here very skinny. She's clearly, not been eating because of her father's death. But what we see is these zombies are popping up for some reason. And it turns out that Yoko is bringing back these zombies from the grave because the girl that she was talking with, her friend, she had confessed to the boy she liked. So it's just using her father's magic now to bring back her father and also all these other dead zombies to kill the girl. But what happens is the father, he is back. It's only just his head, but he bites Yoko and also kills her, which causes... Where is it here? Yeah, there we go. We've got these zombies going on a rampage. It's crazy. The art is amazing. But yeah, the father bites off the head of her daughter because he needs blood to survive. So when she dies, all the zombies disappear. But the ending scene is pretty insane because what do we see here? We see the other girl who had confessed her love to the boy that she liked. The boy had turned into a zombie, but she keeps him alive by satiating him with her blood. So a very strong start to this book. Amazing. Again, the art, just looking at those double page spreads, so detailed. I do wish, like, it would be really cool for Tanima Yumeji to be published in English. So yeah, next story we've got something called Scary Evolution Theory. Also another strong start to the story with just this girl who's tied up with a lot of insects crawling around. And a really nice, got the sort of typical shoujo look, but it's contrasted with these zombies and all these horrific things. This one, yeah, this one's honestly probably the weirdest story out of the whole book. What the premise of this is that our main character, she sees this gecko or lizard with a human face, starts freaking out. Like I would too. But she tries to tell other people, can't really convince anyone, and she spots even more weird things happening with animals. You know, seeing human faces on all of these insects, all these animals is just creepy. No one believes her until she finds one person, like this guy who also believes her. They find a corpse in underneath somewhere, like near a temple or something. They run away and they find their teacher is also spewing all these insects out. It's crazy. Everyone seems to be transforming for some reason. And it's revealed that there are these gigantic insect creatures pretending to be human, or are they actually human? Because the reason why the title of the story is called Scary Evolution Theory is because the parents of our main character, they reveal that according to some apocalypse theory, or Nostradamus, blah blah blah, they have made this pill to transform, evolve humans to insects, which are supposed to be more durable, and they will be able to survive this apocalypse. And that is what happens at the end. The main character is transformed to this this insect, and we'll have to wonder whether the apocalypse did come. But yeah, that was a really crazy one, just because of that ending there. It's just a weird reveal of everything just being the apocalypse. So everything we saw before were actually humans. All those weird creatures, they were all humans that were fed that pill to adapt so that they would be prepared for the apocalypse. But yeah, a crazy story. But this is why I love Tanima Yumeji. And the art, again, the art is so good. It's so detailed. So let's move on to the next story. We've got here Doro no Kao, which means Mudface. You take a look at that art there. To be honest, all of the main characters look the same. Like, these are two different stories, but they look very similar. So they are different people. But yeah, I'm not complaining though, because it contrasts very well with the horrors at hand. So Mudface, as the name suggests, and as you will see shortly, is a curse. It's a curse where mud and leeches appear on the faces of this girl. And the story is about figuring out why. Why is that the case? But it's also very... it is horrific how it is drawn like that. That is disgusting. Those are leeches on her. It's not mud. They're leeches. And the thing is, it spreads. It's a curse that spreads. She accidentally spreads it onto her friend, and they're so ashamed. They're trying to figure out how to deal with this. But the guy that has been teasing them before, he helps out. And they discover that the rice field that they were in, that they fell in previously, had this corpse here. And this corpse is the reason why they've been receiving this curse. And so once they dig it up and get rid of it, the curse goes away. So a short story, but a really cool one, and also a disgusting one with just all those leeches. I hate leeches so much. If you ever go on like hiking and stuff, leeches are the worst. The amount of times that they just stick on your feet is just crazy. But yeah, let's move on. We've got, I think, four more stories to go through. So the next one is Parasitic Face. Another horrific one. And I believe this is the most violent out of all of the stories that we have here. I'm just trying to remember. Yeah, no, I do think this one is the most violent one. I wonder if I'll be able to show some scenes. But essentially, just to start things off, again, another sort of romance plot between these two. Their friend is tagging along. That's not really important right now, but they do notice that this girl notices that someone is maybe watching her. They're in the forest, but they encounter the guy that they saw again. He asks her to help him chop his face off. And so he's stabbing himself. It's going crazy. This, I wonder if I can keep this in. If I can't keep this in, I will post it up on Instagram. But here we have a scene of just him cutting his face open. So the reason why is because, of course, the title, Parasitic Face, we have that face now jumping over to this girl's books, and it's appearing on her body, which is insane. And it turns out that this face will jump on people who have very strong emotions and strong desires, I believe. So when he confesses, I believe from my memory, he confesses her love to her, something like that, the faces disappear. But in another horrific ending, we spot the girl, the friend that they had, her face is just entirely caved in. So yeah, damn, this was a heavy one. A really crazy one to see as well. I was not expecting this level of gore, to be honest. Like I know, you can clearly see the intention of the aesthetics of the characters versus the horrors and the gore that you see, but I was not expecting it to be this violent. It's like sort of Ume's levels of violence, to be honest. People cutting their faces off, really horrific, like disgusting leeches and insects. It's so disgusting, but so good. Like as a shoujo horror work, it's one of my favorites that I've read so far. But yeah, so we'll continue on to the next one. This one is called Don't Be Afraid of the Demon Bug. And I think out of the entire book, it's the strangest one. It seems the most random. What it starts off with is we've got people randomly igniting and combusting. Why? Who knows? But we see them happening over and over again. People just bursting into flames randomly. And again, we also have this subplot of the high school characters, romance, blah, blah, blah. And just all of these things here. We see bugs now attached to these people who are igniting. So we think, do the bugs have something to do with it? And yes, they do. So it is revealed that this demon bug has escaped from a lab, and it has the ability to ignite people. So the bugs, and this really cool double page spread, they are the cause of everything. It's supposed to be a government thing, or I don't know, not a government thing. It's like this scientist who was just making these bugs. It just escaped and it's wreaking havoc everywhere. And the story actually just ends with who knows whether they'll be able to contain these bugs. How do you contain these bugs? If they latch onto you, they trigger a response, like a spontaneous combustion, pretty much, which is like insane. But ends off with that. And we've also got these like bombers in the sky, so probably not a fun ending to the story. But yeah, we've got 2 more stories here. But yeah, I definitely will be getting more Tanima Yumeji. One of my favorite horror mangaka now. Just going through their works. So we'll move on to the second last story. This is called Oishi Ikichi, which means delicious fresh blood. This one is more of a standard one. It's, as the name suggests, focus on vampires and just blood-sucking creatures in general. But there is this really cool and I think unique instance of being like a scene, the scene where you first get exposed to these vampires. Our main character here, she helps out a woman in the park who's asking for water. So when she goes home, she finds out the woman's actually like this model or presenter on TV. And so she follows the instructions. I think they're doing yoga or something. And the woman just turns into this horrific monster that comes out of the TV, bites her head, you can see here, drags her into the TV. And the scene I was talking about is this scene where her head's inside the TV and you just have this fountain of blood just exploding out in a straight vertical line, which is just, I've never really seen anything like that before. It's really unique, and I appreciate that a lot. It's just, wow, the shock factor of that, but it seemed like it was just a vision, just a hallucination. But very bad omen, very bad sign. Like, no matter what, if you get a hallucination like that, you're pretty screwed. So we continue on, and yeah, she has been infected. She is now also a vampire or a blood-sucking creature. And it turns out it's not just her. It's everyone else. Oh, not everyone else. A couple of other people too. Even more violent scenes of just these tentacles entering. But yeah, it does end off with weirdly normal ending. Just like, now they're vampires. What you gonna do about it? So now we head to the last one. The last story is My Face Doesn't Smile. This one was the most confusing for me. I didn't really understand it too much, but just look at this double page spread. This like looks like straight out of a movie, like a horror movie. But yeah, this one was the most confusing for me, so I'm not too sure if I will be explaining it right. But again, the name of the story is My Face Doesn't Smile. It focuses on this girl, this transfer student. She's new to the class, but she gets bullied for not smiling, which is, I think, why? That's not even a reason, like a valid reason to really bully someone. That's just insane. Well, honestly, if you think about all of the students in shoujo horror, they're all so, like, there's a lot of bullying, and it's also for the dumbest reasons as well. So like, yeah, whatever. That's what they're bullying for, which is dumb. But they follow her out into the forest, and they find this decapitated head. People begin to start dying. So you think, what is happening? Is this girl doing everything? So our main character, she wants to come and help. Help the girl from against the bullies. A couple of different things that happen, but another violent scene of one of the bullies just being destroyed. The guy just goes poof, head explodes, and we have this girl finally starting to laugh. So I think and also her head's just split in 3. What I thought happened with this is I don't know, it might be like a curse or like this power that is unleashed if the girl smiles, but also when it's unleashed she dies as well. So I guess she was trying to number 1, not kill other people, but number 2, not die herself. But don't really take my full word for that. It was a little bit hard to understand, but that's what I interpreted it as and what I understood from it. But yeah, that was Tanima Yumeji, Zombies of the 13th. a very fun, very amazing and entertaining shoujo manga work, shoujo horror work, sorry. I will definitely be getting more Tanima Yumeji in the future as well. Just been coming back into manga a little bit. I did finish, let me get my other, where's the other book? I'll get it now. I don't know where I put it. Oh, here we go. I have been getting back into horror just recently. So this will be in another video by itself. This is The Human Clock. I've showed this off on a manga haul before. I will make this a separate video because I have a couple of different things that I want to talk about it. But yeah, just been a horror binge recently. Do have some of the horror stuff that I want to show off. But yeah, this will probably be not the next video, but the next horror spotlight manga video. So yeah, hope you guys are enjoying this one. Really highly recommend Tanima Yumeji. We'll see you guys in the next one. Bye.